Hey everybody, Mark here, out on Mercy, enjoying another fabulous day. And actually today I've got so many topics that I think I'm going to have to cut this up, otherwise it's going to be like a 2-hour long video. And the first thing I want to talk about is Angel. If you watch the reveal video on Mercy when I first bought her and everything, so that was a few weeks back, towards the end of that video I was telling you that during my winterization of Angel that I found a oil leak. I tracked down the oil leak. It was coming from a supply line that goes from the top of the crankcase and goes up to the top of the head, and then of course feeds oil to the head. Well, I looked up the part, and luckily I'm able to still buy that part. The bad thing is it's like $200. But luckily it's the back one, not the front one, because the front one I couldn't even get. But the bad part is that in order to get to where the oil line goes into the top of the head, I actually have to drop the motor in order to replace that line. You know, the part that comes out of the crankcase, that's fine. I can get to that no problem. So yeah, it's like one of those things. I don't think I trust myself enough to drop the motor and do that replacement and then put it all back together. So I went and saw my shop, and we kind of talked about it a little bit. And in order to drop the motor, which they said they would have to do, it'd be like 14 hours worth of work. Now I'm sure, you know, like 5 of it is taking the whole damn thing apart, and the other 9 hours is putting it all back together. So that's going to be probably somewhere, I think they said around $2,300 to $2,500 just in labor. Then of course it's the cost of the oil line as well. So I can still ride Angel, okay? The oil leak is not that bad to where, you know, under oil pressure of the motor running, it's not like spewing oil everywhere and spraying it up on the motor, okay? It's just a little trickle that comes down. But the problem is that it's towards the back of the engine, and maybe it's possible that it could drip down and get onto my rear wheel. That's the bad part. You know, that's what makes it dangerous. It was like, so I don't know what I should do. I mean, I'm going to get it replaced, but it's one of those things. Occasionally, maybe I'll get out and ride Angel until I can get her in the shop and actually get the work done. But I don't want to do it too often. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. As far as this bike goes, everything is going very well. I'm very happy with it. I've had a lot of good responses to the bike reveal video, and actually it was kind of difficult to keep up with all the comments. You know, I had quite a few. I was actually surprised in the first 4 or 5 days of that reveal video. I was getting so many cool bike, good luck with it, all that kind of stuff. But then I had this one guy, and his very first comment wasn't, hey, nice bike, enjoy it, it looks great, nothing like that. He says, well, I hope you don't plan on selling it anytime soon. Basically referencing that the bike isn't worth anything. It has no value. And then he also went on to say that it has no soul, no personality. It's like, who the hell writes that kind of a comment right off the bat? And then just minutes after he posted that, he's like, I don't mean to sound negative, but it's a nice bike, you know, enjoy the ride. And I replied to him, it's like, well, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, so yeah, have a nice day. And I was going to leave it at that, but then he makes another comment, again, bringing up that it has no soul, no value, and you know, he had test ridden a Yamaha and a Kawasaki, and that's how he knows they have no soul, like a Harley does, or an American V-twin is actually what he was referencing. And I'm like, you know, now he's now said that my bike has no soul, no personality, and no value twice. And it's kind of pissing me off, you know. I was going to let it go the first time, you know, and have the conversation done with, but then he makes another comment about it. And so I kind of dug into him a little bit. Sorry about that. And then all of a sudden, you know, he started replying again and again and again. You know, always referencing how the American V-twins are better in every way possible. And I'm like, finally I got fed up with it. I'm not a brand basher, okay, guys? As you know, I was actually looking at getting a Harley. I just decided on this one over that. And finally I said, well, you know, maybe it's because dim-witted morons have fallen for Harley-Davidson's huge advertising budget and explaining that, you know, there's just something about their bikes that just can't be explained, and that's your soul of a Harley-Davidson. They have you convinced that there's just something about it that makes it feel better. Well, I have ridden multiple Harley-Davidsons before deciding on this purchase. I didn't buy, or I just ride just one Harley. Okay, I didn't go out on an electric line and say, nope, that one's not for me. I tried different motors, I tried different trim levels, different styles and everything. So yeah, to me, what this guy was saying was just idiotic, because for me, I didn't feel anything different being on a Harley as I do on this. You know, the comfort level is there, the power is there. You know, I just liked literally the price tag of a brand new unused bike as being the same as a heavily used, slightly damaged, 20,000 mile, 5-year-old Harley has. And it's like, oh, this guy just got under my skin, and I hate it when that happens. And the guy just wouldn't let it go. You know, finally at one point he's like, okay, well, whatever, just enjoy your ride. And I was like, what? You bring up this fucking topic, I keep on shooting you down with everything you're coming to me with, and now since you're losing the argument, you just want to give up. So I actually gave him one more commented feedback, and then I actually blocked him from the channel. It's like, now I will end it. It's my channel, and I'll say when it's done. You know, he'll get the email notification, and he can read my reply, but because I blocked him from my channel, he can't make any snide remark back. Well, sorry, I had to just get that part off my chest. I wanted to talk mostly about Angel, and well, that didn't take long, so I wanted to make a longer video. So I just had to talk about that one negative comment that I got that just kind of got under my skin. Who the hell puts up that kind of comment on someone that just bought a brand new bike? And then he's like, well, it's no offense. It's like saying, well, I think you're a dumb POS, but your shoes match. But that's just my opinion. And then tell you, you know, don't take offense to it. Sorry. All right, well, this is Mark saying thank you so much for coming along on enjoying this little rant that I had build up in me. I'm sure now that I've gotten it out and you guys have heard it, now it just kind of goes away. I don't know, my brain just is like that. It'll sit there and hold it and hold it and hold it until I actually bring it out and talk about it. Now that I'm done with it, it's gone. As far as Angel goes though, it's going to take me a while to save up the money to get it repaired. Yes, I am going to get it repaired, and until then I'll go out maybe for quick rides before work or something like that, but I've got to be mindful of that oil level and how much I'm leaking out. So every time I jump on her to go into work or to do that quick hour-long ride, I've got to make sure I've got the oil. That's all there is to it. So I always believe, guys, you can go out for your adventure, always go out for your hike, always go out for your ride, always cook and eat that new dish. It's gonna taste really good. Always believe, heart, soul, mind, and body in yourself. Have a good day, guys. Bye.